How you doing, folks? This is episode 34 of Finding Your Hidden Superpower, Autism, Asperger's, and those of us who are neurodiverse. Today, I want to speak about a book that I'm reading called The Autism Revolution, and it's published through Harvard Health Publications of Harvard Medical School. So it's actually a very good book on a holistic look at autism. Part one, take a fresh look at autism. Part two, protect and nourish the whole body from the vicious circles to resilience. Transcend autism, share the strengths, and lose the pain. So this book is roughly 300 pages thick, and one of the things I want to deal with today is Appendix A, 10 tips for helping people with autism. Number one, go for the extraordinary. You may feel that you know your child is in there somewhere. Trust your feelings. See your child's hidden gifts, even if they are blocked out by lots of confusion and difficulties. So your child can be extraordinary, but there's a lot of things going on that are triggering your child and the adult, possibly, from getting their extraordinary out to the world. Know what you can't control and what you can. You know, it says it in the Bible, it says it in 12 Steps, and also Kenny Rogers' song, you know when to hold them, you know when to fold them. There's only certain things that you can control, and there's a lot of things that we can't control. Worry about what you can control. Repair and support the cells and cycles. So a lot of I haven't brought this up yet, but a lot of people with autism, Asperger's, neurodiversity have health problems, a lot of gut issues. I'll be going into that in the future, but you got to get yourself healthy. A lot of the times, the American diet is filled with a whole bunch of junk food. Yogurt, kombucha, a whole bunch of fermented foods out there. If you go to any Korean stores, if you know of any, they have kimchi, which just stands for fermented vegetables. So there's many different types of kimchi, and they're very good. My favorite is definitely fermented pickles. So it's awesome. So, and then number four, get your gut and immune system on your side. Yeah, so a lot of children, they can grow up with immune problems, allergies, problems with their guts. And so that's where the probiotics come into play. Build better brain health. Your brain needs energy and nutrition supplies. So there are many nutrients for the brain, and so you got to try out which ones work best for you. I can go into this in the future. Calm the brain chaos. So stress and triggers are all going to contribute to the chaos. So what you have to start working on is how to alleviate the response to the triggers, because that's the outward reasoning why there's so much to be looked at medically for neurodiverse people. It's not it's our outward triggers that were causing lots of disturbances, and it doesn't help us, it doesn't help anybody else. So once you figure out what your triggers are and how to work on them, that's the key. Join your child's world. So because this book, like most autism books, are formulated to get the parent reading, and so you have to. The problem with autism, Asperger's, neurodiversity is that the people that are not neurodiverse and they're neurotypical are the ones that they live in their world, and if you don't live in their world and think like them, they're going to ostracize you. That's one of the ways ch- parents can figure out that their children are autistic, which is that they're not popular. Um, they're considered nerds. They're considered, uh, you know, different. And so, yeah, so joining the world of the autistic person is the best way that's called empathy. Yeah, it's just having empathy. Uh, Love, rejoice, and make breakthroughs. So when you have empathy towards somebody else, you can appreciate who they are, and you can find out who they are and what they're about. And so therefore, you can make breakthroughs together and lead the revolution of this showing that autism is just somebody's inability to express themselves properly in society. So once they're able to start figuring themselves out, then it's a good thing. But as a child, if you're not getting the help that you need, and all of a sudden the world is hostile, you're going to become hostile, and you're not going to be a good member of society until you figure out how to become a better member of society. So um, that's pretty much, you got to figure it out in your support system. So you got to build a good support system: doctors, nutritionists, um, people that know a lot about the brain, psychologists, psychiatrists, your parents, your friends, those, and, and other healthcare professionals. Those need to be in your support system. So we'll talk about that in the future. Do it for yourself and your next baby, your family, and your world. So, becoming an adult person that has um, these problems, they're looking at genetic differences, and they might have found some. It's up in the air right now, but the bottom line is you got to take care of yourself if you want to have children. So you want to optimize your behaviors. You want to be supportive of your child. You want to be supportive of the mother, and you want to have the mother being highly taken care of, and given the proper nutrition, given the proper supportive environment, and when the baby is born, having the baby be in the best supportive environment, and doing what you can do, and which is a lot now that they know about this, to make sure that if the child has some difficulties, and that they can be shored up very quickly. So with that, I'm going to move on, and so check this book out. It's very, very good. It's the best book I've found so far that at least speaks to me. So I'll put it in the liner notes. So have a good day.